Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my very first testing makeup video. I have seen these done a ton lately on YouTube, and obviously I am not made of money and I don't get sent products, so I wasn't really able to do that because to buy a full face of products to test everything would cost over $100 in a place like Australia. So I decided to take advantage of the 40% off Priceline sale and pick myself up a whole bunch of Essence cosmetics because they are already so cheap. So with the 40% off, I only probably spent $30 or $40 on all of this, so that's still a lot of money, but a lot cheaper than any other brand would have been. So I have created this look on my face today, and if you would like to see how these products worked out, if I liked them, if I recommend them, then just keep watching. Okay, so starting off with foundation, because to my knowledge you cannot get a primer from Essence. So for foundation I'm going to be using this Essence Camouflage 2-in-1 makeup and concealer. So it says this is high coverage, no mask effect and long lasting, and I have the shade 10 Ivory Beige because it was the lightest shade. So I'm going to be applying this with a beauty sponge as I always do. I would like to apply this with a brush, but I actually don't have one on me, so unfortunately this is all we've got. So as you can see, it is pretty light. I'm pretty happy with that for something that's what, this was like $5 or something. So this foundation is very thick, it's not dripping at all, and it does look quite light. I think this could possibly match me, which is very surprising. So let's blend it out. Okay, the first thing I'm noticing is it is really quite emphasizing my pores. And it's blending quite easily, but I'm noticing when it blends out, it's definitely not a full coverage. It almost blends out to like a light to almost medium. It doesn't really have a scent either, which is kind of surprising. Cheap foundations generally smell like chemicals or like sunscreen. Alrighty, so that's one layer done. As I said, definitely emphasizing the pores around this area, but it does look nice on the skin. I am going to apply a second layer just because I want to see if it's buildable to the full coverage that it claims. I think it actually might oxidize a little bit as well because as you can see here, it's going on very light, but then compared to what's already on my face, it's about a shade darker. Ugh. Okay, this, I don't know if you can see this, but this is not layering nicely here on my nose. It's just dragging around the product, and so it's definitely not buildable around that area. And then on my forehead, it's already sinking into my forehead lines and just looking dry even though it's dewy. It's really weird. So if you're going to use this, I highly recommend a very thin sheer layer just for a touch of coverage and evening out your skin. It's definitely not full coverage as it claims, and it's not something that you want to build up at all. Moving on to concealer, I have this little Soft Touch Mousse, and this was actually in a video that I watched of best concealers for pale skin, so that really intrigued me because I didn't think that it would be that light, so I'm interested to see. It's in the shade 10 Soft Beige. Oh, actually not too bad. It's really quite thick. I'm not sure how this will go on the under eyes. I feel like it won't end up looking that nice. So I don't feel like the concealer offered much coverage for how thick it was, so I'm kind of surprised, and it really didn't blend well with the foundation. They're kind of separating a little bit, and to be honest, my under eyes look really gross, so I think I'd like to try this concealer by itself one day because I really don't think the foundation is complementing anything, so I think that's the real issue here. So the foundation is actually setting a bit by itself, which is quite nice, but the more I'm looking in the mirror, the more I'm seeing the separation on my under eyes is just so gross. It just does not look good. From a distance, I'm not sure if you'd be able to pick up on it, but from here, it is just the edges where I've blended pretty much the foundation and the concealer together at the edge just looks really bad. Now for powder, I'm going in with the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This is just a white translucent powder, I hope. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to lightly set my hideous under eyes first and then the rest of my face. So it's a bit powdery, but I kind of expected that. Okay, so thoughts with that powder, I think it's actually really, really nice. My skin feels very soft and I only had to put on a really light layer and it's set beautifully. It's a really good translucent color as well, like it hasn't left any white cast on my face and I'm pretty happy with that. I cannot wait to try that out with some of my other foundations. Now onto one of the things I'm probably most excited for. This is the Shape Your Face contouring palette. So I'm going to be using this for my contour slash bronze. This is a highlighter, but there's no shimmer in it, so I'll probably skip that. I'll probably use that as a base to set my eyeshadow, I think, actually. And then this is the blush. So it's quite orangey and has a lot of shimmery gold in it. So I almost bought another blush, but I'm kind of excited to see if I can make this work. So, ooh, okay. The contour shade's very pigmented. Okay, so it's not doing a bad job. I can't really pick up on what I don't like about it. I don't know. I think I'm just too in love with my Physicians Formula butter bronzer. So anything else, I'm just like, ugh. Time for the blush, which I'm a little afraid of because I feel like it's going to be really pigmented. Or not? I don't know if you can see that. It is, but it isn't. I feel like it's just going to add gold shimmer. Right, or it's just going to add absolutely nothing. I really don't see any colour from that. Tell me, can you guys see anything? Because I am going in pretty heavy in this and onto the cheek. I'm just not getting much. I'm rubbing so hard that I've completely taken off the top layer of that pattern and yet I still have no colour on my cheek. It's so weird. I just had so much on the brush and most people with any other blush would be tapping off that excess. Okay, so I'm really disappointed with this, which is sad because I was really excited for it. I really thought that blush would be beautiful. At least we are now up to the star of the show, which I know won't let me down because I have swatched this and it is insane. So this is highlighter. Unfortunately, Essence, they really don't make a lot of highlighters, and when they do, we hardly ever get them, and they're impossible to get your hands on because everyone jumps for them. So I have an eyeshadow which a lot of people use called the Grammy Goes Glammy. This I haven't actually used yet. I've just had it for a while sitting there and I'm extremely excited, but I know it's going to be very pigmented. So let's go. Please tell me you can see that because this is bloody amazing. And it's an eyeshadow, so it's just like an extra bit pigmented, which is always a good thing. If you guys can get your hands on this, please do it. This is one product from Essence that you won't regret. Okay, I'm really happy with this, so I'm glad that something has worked because so far the only thing I have liked is these two, so setting powder and the highlight. Now onto the eyes, which I'm sure a lot of you are excited about because I am too. I'm going to first start off with this Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base, which I picked up a while ago because it got discontinued and I found one randomly hidden at my store and it was only $3, so I thought I'd buy it because Crystal Conti raved on about it. But I thought it was so strange because look how peachy it is. Like, it doesn't come in different shades, so it's not like I got the wrong shade. It's just really interesting. I guess peachy to cancel out something? I don't know. Okay, it's not like it looks peachy on the lid. Okay, going to set that with, as I said I would, the middle shade from this palette. Okay, so not much to say so far about that primer. I mean, it did the job, gave me a good base to work with. It really is looking quite peachy now that I look at it. What the hell? How is this meant to work? What? I'm not doing a peachy eye look either, so this is annoying. Okay, so for the eyeshadow, I really wanted the Roses palette, but when I was in there for the sale, they only had the nudes. So this is the one I'm going with today, and I figure at least it means it'll be easy to create just a nice simple look. And there's no matte shades in this palette, but I'm going to be using the contour shade just as a transition, and then basically just going ham on shimmer because that's all you get. Pretty sure they're all shimmer anyway. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if I'm imagining it, but I actually think they're all matte. Except for that one. Okay, good. We've got a shimmery one. And then this dark colour in the corner here, or darkish, is also a shimmer. Guys, these are really creamy. Like when I touch them, it feels so nice. And I'm barely touching them. And if you can see that, wow, good place to swatch, Allie. That's just one swipe, so I'm pretty impressed. But now that I know most of these are matte, everything has changed. Okay, so for the crease, I'm going to be taking this shade here because it seems pretty good. The rest of them are either just too dark or just too light, I think. Oh, okay. I had a lot on my brush and I was expecting it to like, and that didn't. Might actually have to go in with that brown shade in the contour kit because this is not that pigmented. It's really not blending nicely. I mean, I'm not a pro at eyeshadow, but no, come on, Essence. I didn't want to be this disappointed. My hopes were so high. Okay. This isn't looking too bad now. Kind of happy. It looks quite nice, but I really want it just a bit more intense because I always stray away from going really dark, but I want to try something new. Let's see how this shade, whoa. Alrighty, so this dark shade in the corner is pretty dark and pigmented, which I'm happy about, but now I've got to be real careful. Not the most pigmented, not the most amazing, not the most blendable eyeshadows, but they do the trick. Okay, to finish this off, I'm just going to take the light shimmer shade and pop that all over my lid. Really pretty. And if it's not enough, then I'll put the Grammy Goes Glammy highlighter over the top because I want this to really be poppin'. Now onto a part that I'm very scared about because I'm pretty picky with my liquid eyeliner. Like I know when I like one and I kind of stick to it. So here I have the Essence Super Precise Eyeliner, long lasting and waterproof. And I got this one because I couldn't tell whether it was a felt tip, and I've already used the felt tip liner before, so I didn't want to get that because it wasn't really a first impression. And I couldn't tell whether this was going to be a pen or like a liquid pot, and I thought it was going to be a pot, so it is. So I never really use these, so I thought this would be a good thing to try out because one, it's kind of new to me, so it's first impressions of like a pot liner as well, and two, I can just test it out. And people often say that it's actually easiest to do your liquid eyeliner with something like this, so we shall test that theory. Just gonna do a thin line and a wing, and that is really black but really wet, and I'm so scared. I feel like I don't have much control. It stresses me out. You can barely feel when this is on your skin, so it's hard. Oh, just had to get the wing done or else I'd be too scared. Okay, the wing's done. Now don't mess it up. Pretty happy with this eyeliner. Wow. For a kind of first time using something like this in general, I'm pretty happy. It's really black. It's really matte, which is awesome. That used literally one dip into the product to get my whole wing. It's nice and sharp, and I'm pretty happy. So I'm gonna do the second wing off camera because it's gonna take me 10 more years, but I like this. Now onto mascara. I actually have two, and I'm going to use one on each eye. So I have this Get Big Lashes Triple Black Mascara, which is one that I have used in the past and I personally really liked but never heard anyone talk about. But then I heard everyone raving about the pink tube, which is the I Love Extreme Crazy Volume. And so I bought this, And I have to say, I was really disappointed. It was so bad and did nothing. There was definitely not crazy volume. So I decided to retest it out because it's been a while since I did try it. And I also haven't used this in a while, and it was one of my favorites. So I'd be interested to see what I think of both of these. So it's a second impression, but feels like a first impression because I don't remember. Going to use the purple one on my left side. It just has a really big brush like this. I feel like this is going to be really clumpy because I loved it before I really knew much about makeup. So now there's things like the Lash Sensational, which are so nice and separating and lengthening. This brush is so big. Okay, so yes, I can definitely see why I liked this mascara, but if I was to use it now, I would probably comb through a dry Lash Sensational just so that it could separate them nicely. But it's pretty good. So now onto the pink tube, which I didn't like, especially because of this brush. It's a rubber or plastic brush, I'm pretty sure, and I had never used these before, so I was just like, what? Clumping them all. Ew, can you see that? Oh, I just got a massive chunk on my eyelid. If you want spider lashes, this is definitely one way to achieve that, but honestly, it's gross. I really don't like it. It's just clumping them together. It's really thick and black, and there's a lot of product, so it's putting on a lot of product, but it just is clumping them all and looking gross. It's definitely not how I remember it, but I don't like it. Personally, I am going to go back to the purple tube and comb through this mess and hopefully fix it up. So yeah, my opinion, if I had to pick between the two, definitely the purple. I would steer clear of the pink unless you're gonna then go through with a really fine one and separate it, but you don't want to have to do that. That's just a bit silly, whereas the purple can be fine on its own. But the pink, oh, unless you're going for the, yeah, that clumpy look, ew. Now onto the brows. Probably one of my favorite products from Essence is the Make Me Brow. So this is just a dupe or copy of the Benefit Gimme Brow, and I love this stuff. It's a bit wet, so it's kind of makes it easy to stuff up, but it's still an amazing product and so easy. Great color, and I love this. It's really good at making my full brows look even fuller, which I love. Okay, so as you can see, amazing product, does the job so well. Probably my favorite product from Essence, to be honest, along with that highlight slash eyeshadow. Wow. Okay, so finally we're almost done. Onto probably one of the most exciting parts is the lips. I am trying out something new from Essence and I'm so excited because I haven't heard really anything about these. And it is the Matte Long Lasting Lip Gloss. So it's basically a liquid lipstick. I don't know why they say lip gloss. Essence and their names sometimes are just very silly. But this is in the shade 3, Girl of Today. And I'm really excited to see, is it as pigmented as a liquid lipstick? Is it going to dry matte, as it says? And yeah, I'm just all sorts of questions. Ooh. Okay, it's got a really strange applicator. It's like this little diamond thing, but cute. Oh my god. These smell like the strongest vanilla ever. This smells delicious. And judging by the look of the product, the way it just looks sort of dry, I think these actually might dry matte. So here goes. So far, really impressed with that pigmentation. And the smell, it's making me want to eat it. Okay, wow, this definitely has to be one of my favorite products from the video so far. This is beautiful. The color is absolutely amazing, exactly the same as what you expect. It's just really nice and comfortable. Even if this doesn't dry matte, I'm happy with this finish. It's just, I don't know what to say, it's just beautiful. Like if it matted down, that would just be the icing on top of the cake, but as it is, I love it. definitely be going to picking up the rest of the shades of these, and hopefully they bring out more, because I think there's only 3 or 4. And I'm like, what are you doing, Essence? Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. Finally, I feel like I've been filming forever, so really hoping I can edit it down to a nice, good, short length. But overall, you know which products I recommend and which products I don't. But if I had to pick a favorite, I think it would have to be, okay, it's kind of a tie, because obviously the Make Me Brows already such a favorite, but a favorite first impression for today is definitely these two. This as a highlighter is a knockout, and this on the lips is beautiful. So Essence as a whole is a pretty good brand for the price, especially when I got most of this for 40% off. So honestly, it's worth giving everything a go, because you're not going to lose too much, and you never know, you might find some absolute gems. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe down below if you are new. Also leave me a comment and let me know what's your favorite product from Essence. And I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!